Hi everyone, Lori Marie here, mixed media artist in Vallejo, California. I had so much fun with the rusted slide and the book cover that I just had to do it again with a different stencil on a different book and change the rusty slide just a little bit. It's more 3D. So it's really fun. This is something that we're going to be doing in New Zealand, so that's pretty exciting, doing the front and the back of our books in New Zealand. So thanks for joining me, and see you on the table. I want to share with you the art journaling. This is the Somerset January, February, and March edition from the Stampington and Company. And this is Lynn's piece, her book. She worked on a book with us via YouTube, and through some of our conversations I convinced her to send her book in. And they did take pictures of her amazing pages, and they published her book, which is so wonderful. So she was kind and mentioned us in her article. So if you can get your hands on this, get your hands on that and enjoy her her pages. So here's your project for today. We are using the rusted Microscope slide with the images in it. It is two-sided. This is a little girl back here with a feather behind her. There was too much between the slides, so she cracked. I'm okay with that. This is a 3D, so it's lifted up off the cover of the book. An old book, texture paste, black gesso, sandpaper, wild honey, oxide ink, and a little bit of the peeled paint. So there is our lovely book cover. Isn't that fun? Just grungy enough. Okay, here we go. We are going to start a new book. This one is going to go to New Zealand with me, which I'm very excited about. So these are some projects that we are going to do there. I'm just taking my texture paste, and I am putting some texture paste on the beautiful front cover of this old book. Push that texture paste down into that stencil very well. Lift it up carefully. Look at there. And Handsome Hubby is removing some leaves from the gutters, so we will not complain about that. Thank you, Handsome Hubby. And then I'm going to just put some texture paste down at the bottom. Pretty fun. Alright, let it dry. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put texture paste on the back of this book and also on the spine of this book. Okay, when your texture paste is all dry, just paint with some black gesso. One of my scariest, most fun things to do. So just paint the front, the spine, and the back with your black gesso. This could be interesting because the texture paste is picking up some of the red dye off the book cover. The old book covers tend to bleed some of their color into the paint or into the texture paste. So this will be fun to see what's going to go on here. Okay, while that's drying, I've pulled out my crocodile, my black gesso, which is someplace, the rust paints. I grabbed a really limey green that I want to play with, a couple of little clips, some underpants, some of the Tim Holtz baby dolls, paper dolls, a feather. I thought that might be kind of fun. A couple of the Microscope slides, my ruler, glue dots, copper tape. And let's just start there while that book cover dries, okay? We're going to work or play with the slides. I'm going to need 2 glue dots, I think. We shall see. I'm going to put a glue dot on the back of him. And place him on that delicious crossword puzzle. And a glue dot on the back of her. And we are going to be trimming that feather down. But that is very fun. All right, they are going to be stuck to each other. One more glue dot, please. Put a glue dot on the back of him. Stick those 2 together. I'm going to snip some of that feather off. Put my slide together. Grab some of the copper tape. 1, 2, and a smudge. I'm going to grab one of these clips and put it on that slide. Hold that steady. These are some tiny clips, but they're so cute. Let's see if I snap my slide. I may. Oh, we're good. Okay. All right, I'm going to peel the copper tape away from the paper. Lay my slide on there. Do the best I can to get it in the middle of the foil. Wrap it around. We're going to be rusting the edge here, so you don't have to be too particular about the corners. You can burnish it down with your nail, with a ruler, with a bone folder. Does not matter. Just smush that copper tape down. Okay, I am bringing in my rust paste. It's a Finnabar product. I will use the brown, yellow, rust color, orange, and then I have this limey green that I want to try to play with. So we shall see how that goes. You can use a stipple brush. I just have a straight edge brush that I have used before. It worked fine. And we'll do one side of the slide at a time, and also those cute little clips. So I'm just going to go along and put some brown texture paste on the edge of that. It's quite textury. Please enjoy the texture. Put it on there thick enough so that it has some texture on it. Very, very fun. This is a small area and I have been playful with this before, so it doesn't take me very long to get around the slide. But you want to mix the colors before they dry. You don't want to put the brown, I should say my experience is, play with it while it's still wet. Don't let the brown dry before you can put the other goodies on there, okay? Ooh. If you haven't played with this, it is pretty gosh darn fun. It's $13 for the 3 of them. And oh my goodness, we have used it in class several times. These jars. We've used these jars in class several times, and I have played with it several times. So it does go far. Now we're going to let this dry and then flip it and work on the sides and the back. Since my clips are so tiny, I'm going to put them on now because I don't think that they're going to, oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. I don't think they're going to fit over all the rust paint, so we will rust paint over them as we go. Okay. All right, I'm going to do the sides. And I'm going to rust paste right over that clip. Our slide and our clips are done. We'll set that aside to dry. And we'll go walk the dog before it gets too dark. Okay, everything is dry. You guys know that I grab a little playtime whenever I can. So it's time to fix dinner, and I'm going to scoot in here and do a little bit of sanding. I use a very, very coarse sandpaper, and I'm just going to go in here and really sand this and bring all that texture back up on this, this, and this. All right. Wipe the dust off that. Fun stuff, huh? I grabbed the Wild Honey Distress Oxide, and we know that this is more opaque than, oh, okay, all right, I like it. This is more opaque than the Distress inks. And I do like it. That's beautiful. I'm going to bring my sandpaper back in, raise up some of that texture again. This is a lovely background. That's beautiful. Take the dust off. We've got some gorgeous layers of color, texture. Yes, we do. Delicious. All right, gotta go make dinner. I'll see you in the morning. I'm bringing in the Peeled Paint Distress ink, and I'm just gonna hit this a little bit. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to make a window for our rusty slide. And I will make the window up. I will trace the ruler on the back. That's how wide I want the window. Right down to that paper. So that's easy. And cutting mats and X-Acto. I'm going to lift that up as to not put more pressure on the spine. And I'm just going to go in here with my X-Acto and I'm going to cut that window out. All right, that is cut out. Lovely. Bring in my distress ink. Distress ink, and just go on the insides of that window. All right, let's bring the crocodile in. I am going to put it on the large hole. Pop a hole at the top. Pop a hole at the bottom. A little crooked, as we would expect. Bringing in a couple of eyelets. Using my crocodile, I'm going to install the eyelets. Nice sound. Bring my slide in. All right, I'm going to pick out a couple of buttons. I just want buttons with 2 holes. That's what works best for me. And some twine. About 12 inches of the twine. I'm just going to put it in the back clip. the twine through the button in the back. Tie that into place. And I'll do the same to the bottom. Double my thread. I'm just putting it through the back clip. Tie a square knot. Put your string through the eyelet. Tie on the button. Oh, lovely. 3D even. I love that. So go create, go play, go have fun.